Hello, and welcome again to Missouri Art News, mid-Missouri in fact, from the capital city of Jefferson City, Missouri. I'd like to welcome everyone to the program. I'm your host, Rick J., and today I have two special guests, Katherine Dake from Holt Summit, Missouri, an artist with the in the local area, and with the Jefferson City Art Club as a spokesman, a board member, and what have you. And a special guest, which I call a national treasure, Mr. Essex Garner is with us in the second segment, so stay tuned. I'd like to first welcome Katherine, we call her Kat Dake, from the Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri Art Club. Welcome, Kat.
Well, thank you so much, Rick. I'm glad to be here, and it's exciting, especially it's nice to be here at the same time as one of my Lincoln University art professors, Essex Garner.
Yes, I can imagine. That's quite an honor in itself, I would say. Well, it's a holiday season for us here at this time, and I guess I should say on behalf of the Jefferson City Art Club, the community would like to know a little bit about Kat. Can you share any experiences, current activities, schooling, your degrees, what have you? Just tell us a little bit about what makes Kat tick.
Well, I just finished up the semester at Lincoln, and I took a digital imaging class, and I plan to go again in the springtime to the more advanced commercial graphic class, and that's in the curriculum for the new Entrepreneurial Design Center at Lincoln. So I get to use brand new computers. That'll be nice.
Excellent.
And I'm also a graphic and digital designer. I'm working toward that for part of my degree in computer information systems at Lincoln. And I'm a very enthusiastic bicyclist, an audio video technician, and I've been an electrician for 30 years.
Oh my! Now that I bet that catches the ear of the listener viewer. Well, now speaking from an artistic standpoint with a brush, what have you, what are some of your favorite mediums and subject matter when working on a project?
Well, I really enjoy acrylic to paint with, and I do illustrative art. I like landscapes. My recent project that I just got done with is this little painting that I did in acrylics for my great niece who's going to have a baby. So that's like a nursery type thing, photo for painting for her to hang on her nursery wall. I also enjoy fiber arts, especially knitting and crocheting, and there's not hardly any arts or crafts that I don't enjoy doing.
Excellent. I love the color scheme with that painting there. So what do you have, if any projects currently at a venue around town or the state or nationally, as some people may have?
Well, I'm not on a national scene, but in the Missouri area, I'm at Capitol Arts. Some of my art is there for the Give the Gift of Art show that runs into January.
I see.
I'm also at the Columbia Art League, and they have a Give the Gift of Art show there, and it will be up until January. I have a painting there that is of a sailboat. I'm also presenting at the DMV as part of the featured artist, and I'll be presenting there until late January.
Oh, excellent. You're a busy person. My, that's impressive. Well, you're a new member since 2015, I understand from my research with the Jefferson City Art Club, and you do currently serve as first vice president, active on the Publicity and Promotions Committee, and actually more. May I ask how the Jefferson City Club at this point maybe has inspired you within your projects and your life and your art world that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, sure. At the Jefferson City Art Club, I'm in my second year, and we just begin each year in May and end in September. It follows the school year. And during that time, we have monthly meetings and presentations of different artists coming in. And when I started coming to the meetings, I was really impressed to be able to see all the different forms of art and all the people who did that art. And you get to see art from other people's perspectives. So that is really interesting to learn about all other things like glass fusing and tie-dye and oil painting, quilting, just almost every kind of art you can think of. And there's some fabulous stuff that comes down there.
Well, that sounds really exciting. I understand they have events all year long that possibly would interest one of our viewers at some point. And there's never any charge, I understand, at any of their venue showings. So I'm really glad to see that takes place within the community. I understand you are the featured artist on the Jefferson City Art Club website. From the period, I guess right now, you just started December 1st, and you'll be telling us about a period through January 25th. Can you share a little bit about what happens with a featured artist on the Jefferson City Art Club website?
Well, as a Jefferson City Art Club member, I'm able to be a featured artist on both the Jefferson City Art Club webpage and at the Department of Motor Vehicles on Jefferson Street. Oh. So I went in after Fred got his artwork done. I was able to go in and hang paintings, and I have some Christmas themed stuff up right now, and part of that is some of the acrylic paint classes that I teach. So after Christmas, those will come down, and then I'll be able to go in and put more maybe elaborate or oil paintings and things like that up for the rest of the year into January.
Excellent. Yes, Fred Scholmeyer was with us last show that we taped, and we've gotten a great response from the community. I want to thank everyone for that, and all your YouTube views and channel here at the JCTV. Well, for those interested in learning more firsthand, can you tell our viewers where and when the Jefferson City Club Art Club meets and what they might enjoy when they arrive? Give us kind of an overview of what that's all about.
Yes, this Monday is our monthly meeting for December. And we have Cindy Scott, who is a live event painter, who is doing her art from Two Rooster Artistry. The meetings start at 5:30. Every month they're on the third Monday of the month. And we have a little social time, and then at 6 o'clock, the artist does the presentation, and then we have a little snacks and meeting, and we meet monthly at the Community Christian Church on 409 Ellis Boulevard here in Jefferson City.
Yes. Now our next guest, Essex Garner, has been a presenter, very well received. That's where I really caught on to Essex artwork, and also as a judge at one of the shows. So I know you'll be anxious to visit with Mr. Essex here in a moment. Well, do you have anything else to share?
I'm also a member of the Lincoln University Art Club, which is called Lincoln Creative Community, and we have meetings during the school semester on Tuesdays around noon. So if anybody's interested who's actually a student at Lincoln can come too. Super.
It's great hearing all about your art world, Kat, and I want to thank you for being here. I thought I better point out while I have a moment, I had a great time with my Doberman Pinscher pup, I call him, 27 months old now, and he's really enthusiastic when I first arrived to see him, to visit him, and this time though he sprung up, tilted his head back, and I guess you all maybe have caught a little bit of the darkening of the eyes. So I thought it would be something to have a little humor over. So no mascara today, it's just all natural. Well, Kat, on behalf of the Jefferson City Art Club, I'd like to thank you once again for sharing so much with us here on the Mid-Missouri Art News, JCTV. Can you leave us, by the way, with the Jefferson City Art Club website address and a telephone number that people can call for more information about the meetings or our show, the shows, what have you, if you have that information?
Absolutely. We call it the JCAC, the Jeff City Art Club. When we write it down, we're on Facebook. But our website is actually all spelled out, even the state name, Missouri, and it's jeffersoncity-artclub-missouri.com. And the phone number to call for information for the Jefferson City Art Club is 573-645-4507.
Well, thank you once again, Kat. It's been really inspirational and educational. It's great to learn about someone in the community that puts so much effort forward within the community as an artist and just a mom and an interesting person. After the break, we meet, yes, Essex Garner from Jefferson City, Missouri, also a member of the Jefferson City Art Club, one that I refer to as a national treasure. I will enlighten you on that title right after the break.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Check out this chef, right?
So gay.
Please don't say that. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Welcome again to Mid-Missouri Art News. Your host, Rick J., and with a special guest, Essex Garner, who's joining us from the Jefferson City area. I'd like to welcome you officially, Essex. I'd like to first ask you if you could please tell us a little bit about you and those highlights of your life that best describe you as Essex Garner.
You realize we only have like 10, 15 minutes, right? I am a practicing professional artist, originally from Kansas City, Missouri. I studied at Penn Valley Community College, a little bit at the Art Institute during the summers, 25-year member of Art Research Center in Kansas City. Graduated from Lincoln University cum laude with a fine art and a Bachelor of Education with the area emphasis in art. Also, I received my master's from the University of Missouri. I was in the military as an artist, draftsman, multimedia specialist, some other stuff. Signal 1 for 24 years, 7 months, 28 days, and 10 hours. I was counting the whole time I was in. I retired about, ooh, Lord, I've been retired for 14 years.
14 years, that's surprising.
I retired early. And I've been teaching at Lincoln University as an art assistant, adjunct, temporary instructor, full-time instructor, and I'm probably missing one for about the last 10 years. I'm a signature artist with the National Oil and Acrylic Painter Society. I did not exhibit this year. Well, I did not submit this year. I didn't have time. It kind of hurt my feelings that I didn't. I'm also a trooper with the Buffalo Soldiers of the American West,
Yes.
of the original Kansas City chapter. James Madison, the founder of the chapter, died. Now our president, current president, is, I don't like to call him, I'm not going to call him JR here on the television, but I said, well, we call him JR, but his actual name is John Bruce.
I see.
And I have, as of this year, I found out I was a trooper with the Buffalo Soldiers of American West. I'm still not really sure how that happened, but I received a coin about 4 or 5 months ago. So a commemorative coin for the Buffalo Soldiers of American West, because they were founded in 1866, the same year as Lincoln University was founded, actually 3 days from the first day of classes at Lincoln. The Buffalo Soldiers were, the 10th Cavalry formed, I want to make sure I get my dates right, I want to say the 21st of September.
I see.
1886. I think I got that right. One of the last things I remember is most important for me, I guess, is I got a commemorative coin. When I found out I became a trooper, I was number 144 out of 150 coins. So Colin Powell mysteriously got number 1.
I see.
Barack Obama, number 44.
I see. I
And
can
I got
tell
number
that means a
1.
lot to you.
Yeah, I am 144.
144.
Yep.
And that's quite an honor. So that's what I'm just trying to share with our viewers, that you're a national treasure in my mind.
I was going to say, I didn't know I was a national treasure.
Well,
That's cool.
I feel you are, because we just kind of tap a little bit. And where I'd like to go, I understand you have a few pieces with a subsidiary of the Smithsonian African American Museum that just opened up. I believe you spoke of Charles Wright.
I have an image in the Charles Wright Museum. I sold them the copyright rights a couple of years back. It's with the Underground Railroad. I'm trying to see this in my mind. The Underground Railroad online exhibition. One of the images that I did back in 2010 or 11, Dead Reckoning, they have that somewhere online in the museum. My Dead Reckoning is in there. And
Well, during their presentation, the viewers will be seeing some of your artwork.
Good.
So we don't put it on display, but it's nice just to put it as part of the overall program. Now, I would also want to ask you about, as a person in Kansas City, young man, what really was the most inspirational thing that got you interested in art? Everyone has their own story, shall we say. So, where did you begin with the brush?
kindergarten.
In kindergarten.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong in kindergarten when they started taking me out of class. And then when I got to high school, I did half a day at Central Junior High School, and then the other half a day I would be at Hallmark Cards in a room with 5 other kids. And I thought we were misfits, but I didn't know it was an honor to be there. I just considered, they draw pretty good. That went on for 2 or 3 years, and then through happenstance, I met a gentleman, Thomas Michael Stevens, and fell into this fellowship with Art Research Center. And for about a 5 or 6 year period, we painted every building downtown Kansas City that wasn't moving.
Oh, I see.
Basically, we really did. Matter of fact, we would drive around at night and do up designs for buildings and present the proposals to the building owners. as if they were supposed to buy it. And a large majority of them actually did. We won a few urban design awards, and I think one of the strangest things is I got, through Dale Eldridge, who was the director of sculpture at the Kansas City Art Institute. He was going to go to Europe, and he got invited on a charrette through KU for the Bruce Watkins Memorial Freeway system.
I see.
And he couldn't go, but he wanted to use me as one of his illustrators, or his illustrator on the design charrette.
I see.
And then when he didn't go, he gave the charrette to Michael, and he said, "Hey, you might ask Essex to do your illustrations while for the charrette." And we didn't win the charrette, but our portion of the highway that we worked on was from 43rd down to 18th in Vine.
I see.
And when I'm at home, it's really weird driving down Bruce Watkins Memorial Freeway going, okay, this is really not what we drew up. It's kind of strange now.
It has changed. I have noticed that.
It doesn't look like what we drew up, but it's there. It was an honor to be there.
On Vine at 12th and Vine, if you recall that area.
Oh yeah, down the barbecue area.
Yes. And also we have something in common. I went to Center High, graduated in 1962. So Central, and of course we was out in a different district of Grandview High School.
I know where Grandview is, yeah.
And also Ruskin and those. But Central, they used to have some excellent football teams coming out of Central.
Yeah, we used to just go watch them whip somebody.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes. I remember one little fast individual especially. Well, it sounds like you definitely was inspired at a young point, a young age. They say I started drawing on, at about 3 years old, drawing on my bedroom walls. So I guess that's what it started for me. I share that once in a while.
My daughters haven't done that yet. They pretty much stick to paper and then they show me what they did. I think for a while they were drawn on the walls, so I know what you mean.
I see.
I had to stop that.
Well, I guess we should ask then, like I like to ask all of our artists, what is your favorite subject matter, your medium? A fellow artist watching the program definitely would want to find out what do you use to accomplish those excellent paintings, your medium?
By default, I would say I'm an oil painter.
I see.
Go figure, submitting with the no-ups every year. But I like chalk. I like charcoal. When I have the right mindset, I'll go into watercolor, but it always comes back to oil. I have 3 or 4 oils I'm working on now.
And myself as an artist, my favorite medium is oil. I just call it the magic of oil, especially the blending.
I came out of acrylic in 1989. It was the last acrylic painting I did, and I liken it to the statement, "Muddy waters invented electricity." And as soon as I hit oil, it was over. I knew I was never probably going to go back to acrylic. It was just, it fit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to undercoat occasionally in acrylic, but then I highlight and mid-tones, what have you, and bring it up in oil. But I do love the oil like yourself.
I think I gave most of my acrylic paints away years ago.
I see. Well, my research tells me that you're very active in the community and in and around Jefferson City, Missouri, and wherever your artwork demands your presence, I guess I could say. Can you enlighten us at all on this demanding schedule? I know you start off, like you said, with Lincoln University, the duties there, the Jefferson City Missouri or Jefferson City Art Club member, and the judge I spoke of earlier on one occasion when we talked with Kat. So, you stay in such great shape. You've got to be hitting the gym, or
No, I have a big house. I work out a lot every afternoon.
Excellent.
Next year, and make sure I got my notes right here. There's going to be a book written by Charles Mason. He's museum director for the Military History Museum. And he asked me to write the foreword for it, which I've already done. And he wanted to use, I think about 10 or so images that he helped me create
I see.
in the book. I still think it's a little long. It's about 350 something odd pages. I've talked to him about that. If I plan on reading it, he needs to shorten it. But you know, I'm just writing the forward for it. But it's the history of the colored soldier in Missouri.
In Missouri.
And I thought to myself, that's a lot of data, and it is needed because when I started painting colored infantry soldiers and buffalo soldiers, my research was kind of thin. And he actually told me the book was about, a part of it was about meeting me and all those little avenues we had to go down to get certain paintings because we researched everything. And I told him as a result of me writing the foreword and using my images, he'd have to call the book Colored Boys. He didn't balk, so we're on for 2017.
I see.
Don't know exactly when it's going to be printed, but I do know that's one of the next things that I have coming.
And that's author Charles
Mason. He's director of the Military History Museum, right here at the National Guard headquarters off of Algo and Ike Skelton. He would love for you to visit. It's a beautiful museum. I can't believe the military spent that much money down there. I'm kind of looking over my shoulder here, but they did. And it's a beautiful facility.
I will have to check that out on my travels. Well, do you have any projects currently underway that you'd like to talk about that's at a venue where they could view, or will you be showing any of your Buffalo Soldier paintings? I'm just so enthused over those paintings.
I have two that I'm working on in the studio now. And I'm going to release a chalk image either Sunday or Monday. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to just go to the website and look for it to count.
The website.
Oh, my name.
Want to get your website.
My name,
yes.
EssexGarner.com. I can't even forget that one. But I'll be releasing one of my new chalk drawings Sunday or Monday. I get invited to a bunch of different exhibits through NOAP's. I just can't do all of them. I lean in towards the yearly Best of America and probably have to submit by June, July, whatever images I have on the board, and not even saying I'll make it, but I usually do, but that's just what it is. I will have a couple of watercolors coming out. I have a couple of faculty members at Lincoln that I have some pieces that I'm going to be working on in the future, and 100 students next semester.
Super. Well, you'll have to keep us posted. I'll stay in touch, and we'll try to schedule you once again to kind of catch things up in a few months. We're running pretty close on time, and we do have the website, so
EssexGarner.com.
Take a look. Well, Essex, it's been my pleasure having you as a guest here on Mid-Missouri Art News on behalf of the Jefferson City Art Club, which hopes to bring the communities, surrounding communities, and Jefferson City art lovers, enthusiasts in Mid-Missouri together through this program. I want to thank you so much for contributing to Mid-Missouri Art News here at JCTV, making it a learning and informational experience for us all.
The honor was mine.
Thank you, sir. Well, I would like to say my thanks to producer Gloria Enlow, and thank you as a viewer for watching. I hope you'll look for more on our Facebook, Mid-Missouri Art News here at JCTV, and on YouTube. Once again, thank you for tuning in and being part of the Mid-Missouri Art News.